Today, we're gonna build some tiny houses, and not just any tiny houses. We're gonna build some tiny houses for some occults. Bam bam. And yes, just a quick note, I have left EA Career Network, and I will also do some live streaming on Twitch next week. So if you perhaps want to be there, then it is my Twitch username, and also link down below if you want to hang out. I don't know what we're gonna play, but we're gonna play something, and that will be a hoot and a half, you guys. It will be a hoot and a half. But anyways, let's build our tiny houses, shall we? Oh, we freaking shall. And here indeed is my spin wheel of death, and as you can see, we have the normal occults, like the vampire, the alien, the fairy, the ghost, you know. But we also got some new occults. We got the imaginary friend, the servo, the plant sim, and the skeleton, and the unicorn. I have never seen a unicorn before in The Sims, but it was on the list of the occults. So I'm just gonna have them all in hand, hope we don't get them. Because how do you make a unicorn house? I don't know. But here are also our tiny shells for today. And yes, they are tiny people, and they are in this alignment, as you can see. Why I did it like this, I don't know. I felt creative, and now I'm kind of regretting it. But beautiful, beautiful. Got a front yard and a backyard for all the houses. Boom, boom, boom. And you know what? I think we're gonna start with this house first and freaking foremost, because I'm kind of nervous about that house. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really want a mermaid for this house so I can build a pool, you know. So we're gonna begin with this house first, because I know that I'm not gonna get mermaid on the first try, okay? So we're gonna start with this house. I have decided. So without further ado, let's spin for our first house of today. Spin! Oh, okay. A spellcaster. Not that bad, not that exciting either. Maybe we have lots of spellcaster before. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna be a negative Nora over here. No. That is a good choice. That's all I gotta say about it. Let's do that. Well, you have to do that. Okay. Nora, stop yapping. Build a freaking house. Well, all right. For these houses, I want them to be in this square shape because I think that would be kind of cute. Or would that be cute? I think it would be cute. It's gonna look a little bit cartoony, but I think it would be cute. It's kind of funny. If you have some very over-the-top houses looking like squares in a row, yes. And ooh, what am I thinking for this box of a house over here? Spellcaster. I mean, oh, we can make a wonky roof. How do you want to make a wonky roof? Hold on, give me a minute. I go like so. No. That has to be all the way back there. And this has to go like so. I want it to be a wonky roof because witches and then wonky roofs, I tell ya. All right, what if it becomes sort of like so? That is a wonky roof. And then to make it even more wonky, we're going to do the same, but just mirrored on the other side. Maybe a little bit smaller. Just sort of like so. Oh my gosh, that is actually kind of funny. Because they are spellcasters, they would have a wonky house. All right, that is kind of funny. What if we put something in the middle? Like a little tower. Oh, what about this one? Oh, what about a wonky chimney? Oh, then also put up another roof underneath there because it was kind of empty. Hey. Gooly golly goshy me, that is hilarious. I love it. We're gonna keep that. Don't care what you think. I like it. It's whimsical, and we need a little bit of whimsy today. Okay? And what about wallpaper? What do we want? What wallpaper? What is the vibe today? Maybe get together? This sort of vibe? What if I got something like so? Ooh, and then we can have these diagonal ones on there. Come on, I know we can do it. Boom. Oh, and what do we want for the first floor? Do we want some stone? I think we want some stone, actually. We have some good old stone. What about this one? Maybe that could work? Maybe that could work. Okay, you know what? I think for the first floor, just to break it off a little bit, I'm gonna put up a little box right there. It still has that shape, a square shape, but now we got something funky to it. I mean, it was already funky with that roof, but that was super funky. Yes. Okay, beautiful. What do we think for the windows and doors? What do we got? I mean, we of course got the Realm of Magic windows. I don't know if I want that. That's gonna look too weird. That's gonna look too weird, you guys. Look at the roof. But maybe the Enchanted By Nature stuff will work. I mean, yeah, it sort of has that vibe, doesn't it? A magical vibe. So what if we have a window over there, and then like a window over here? And they're gonna be wonky. Then we can have a window over there, and then just a teeny tiny one right there. I don't know. I mean, you know what? Sure, we can do that. That is some wonkiness. Loving it. We are gonna keep that. And then in the back here, we also need a door for our back gardens. Hopefully that will be good with the layout. It probably won't, but... Oh, and then we also need some columns for this house. Look at that. Oh, beautiful, magnificent. That's looking a little bit weird, isn't it? With that column right there, but I'm gonna think about it. Because right now, I do not know what to do. All right, and I'm just gonna put up my flowering planting boxes. Never know what these are called, but they're called something. And then in the backyard, gonna put up a good old fence. The fence the magicalness in. And then in the front, we're also gonna have a fence. And also put up a staircase because, you need to get up here, right? You just need to. Oh, and actually for this house, what if you put up one of these? A lamp glow on the roof, maybe? What are they? There it is. It's kind of magic. magical. Oh, and with the crystals, of course. That's one right in there. And then in the night, it can glow away. Oh, you know what? That was a swell idea about me. We're gonna do that. And then, of course, we're gonna have some vines on this house. Because nothing is more magical than some vines. Okay. Then also another crystal over there. Some more vines. And how about the doorbell and the number sign? Because spellcaster or not, you need to have a number sign for your house. All right. You do. And that was indeed the exterior of the house. Got my crystals, got my vines, got my windows. I am not sure about the window placement, by the way, because we need to figure out the the layout of the inside before we can really put in the windows. So, you know, the 36 there on the back too, looking lovely, looking beautiful. And there's a death flower over there. Oh, that's a bad omen, isn't it? Oh, but anyways, let's begin with some landscaping around this house. And I'm kind of excited about that because that means we're gonna put up some rocks and some plants. And that's something that makes Nora very happy. But before we put up the rocks and the plants, we gotta put up a mailbox and a trash bin. And what mailbox would a spellcaster have? A cat? No. What about this? No. But you know what? I know that is more fairy core, but I think it works for a spellcaster as well. And what trash bin would they have? I mean, I don't know. What about this one? Absolutely not, but we're gonna have that. Yeah. And since I'm already here, you're also gonna get a stump. Boom. All right, now for the rocks and the plants. What are we gonna do for the rocks and the plants? And where are we gonna put them? I mean, I think the obvious answer is that we need to put up a lot of rocks. Rocks. Around the terraining, because right now it looks like a square mess. So we need to hide that up with some good old rocks. And also some plants and some other stuff. So what are we gonna use for that? Maybe we can use these ones from the realm of magic. Where did I go? Oh, gee, Bali, that's a big old boulder. Yeah, something like so. Size them down. Use my tool mod. Plop them into the ground. We could perhaps do that. Oh, and then we could also pair it up with some crystals here and there. And we can make it look like it's peeking through the stone. Ooh, and then also put in some plants and all that good stuff. You know what? That's the plan. We're gonna do that plan. And I'm gonna be putting that up right now. And you're gonna see a sort of a stop motion time lapse of me doing that right now. As it always is. Because nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, would want to see me sit here in complete silence and putting up rocks and plants. And if that is your cup of tea, then I am nervous about your well-being. That's it. I'm not even worried. I'm just nervous. Was that too much? No, I don't think so. And boom, bam, bam. I have put up me rocks and me plants. Look at him go. It looks kind of good. I had to stop it right there because this poor old neighbor, you know. Yeah, got some plants in the front too. He's got trash bin, mailbox, a little pathway. Life is good. And also, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right here because I don't know what this neighbor is onto, you know. So we could wait for that. But boom, boom. The outside of this house is done. And that means that we have to skedaddle onto the inside. Whoa. Oh no. We have the backyard. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the backyard before we move inside because I am probably gonna forget that. And that is niche good. So we're gonna do the backyard. And what do we want for the backyard? What do the witches have in their backyard? Ooh, they can have a cauldron. Yeah, space for that. And then maybe we could also put up some garden pots for the herbs and spices that we use for the cauldron. Okay, sure. That we can do. And we can't really fit in anything else because it's a teeny tiny backyard. All right. But in those little garden pots, we are gonna have some plants. And I found these from the gallery. So we can have a valerian plant and a basil bush and a mandrake, a sage bush maybe. Another mandrake. That was beautiful. You're welcome for the plants. And then you know what? On here we also gonna have a broom in case they have an emergency and they need to fly away as fast as the wind. They have a broom right there for that. And then we're just gonna put some plants in there. Some good old planting and just make it all used and plant-like. And I think that was very lovely, wasn't it? Some pathing, got all my plants, got my broom. That is a cute old lovely backyard. And oh my gosh, I actually like this so much. That is a cute old tiny house. Whoa! And now we are gonna move inside of this tiny house. And we are gonna start with the layout first. Because we're not crazy people here. First of all, where do I want the staircase to be? Maybe right here? I mean, that's the only reasonable place to have it, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, that means that we have to change the window from there to there maybe. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Then we can have our bathroom right there. And then have like a kitchen, dining, living room moment. And then on the top floor, we are gonna have the bedroom. Yes. Good planning by Nora. And by the way, what do we want for the wallpaper and flooring in here? Do you have something cool? Realm of magic? I mean, yeah. You know what? I want to go for that one. I mean, by choice. Now for the flooring. What about this? It has some occult vibes to it. Some witchy vibes. Sure, we can do that. Are we all in agreement? Are we gonna do that? Good. We are gonna do that. And then what do we want to start with in here? First of all, maybe the kitchen. That is the easiest to start with. Right. The kitchen was gonna be over here. That it was. I'm stalling. What fridge do we want? This one? Oh, that is a vibe. We're gonna have that. And maybe also the Realm of Magic counters. I mean, they are a bit much though, aren't they? I don't think I've ever used those before. Or maybe I have. I can't remember, but they are a bit too much. But you know, the spellcasters, they are oftentimes a bit too much. So it's only fitting. We can have the matching stove and also the matching cabinets. No, they do not have any matching cabinets. All right. What are you gonna have instead? These ones. Sure. A bit of a disappointment, but you know. Oh, maybe we want some different wallpaper behind there. Some brick, maybe. Oh, vibes are here. Then we also do need to frame it all in. Some columns. And I'm gonna use these whimsical ones. Boom. Beautiful. Oh, and then we also need a sink. Almost forgot me sink. And what am I gonna do for the knickety knacks, by the way? Oh my gosh, the window. Can I remove that window? No. Okay. Wait, do not look at that window. It doesn't exist. No. It doesn't exist. No. But for the knickety knacks, what are we going to start with? Maybe we need some soap. Right on there. Oh, yes. And perhaps some flattening, maybe. Then we can have this working scale somewhere. And also a jar of macaroni. Ooh, and of course, a shelf up there with some potions. And we're just going to pretend that is food potions. Not food poisoning, but food potions. And also a frog on top of the fridge. Bam. And isn't that a beautiful kitchen? Oh, I think so. And look at that. One counter free. Almost. We can just maneuver things around and it will be usable. All right. Not that anybody's going to be playing this house, but now you know. All right. And now for the dining area, we're just going to have a small little table with a small old room. Oh, with these pictures on the wall. That is very witchcore. I mean, we could have a window there, but I don't feel like it. And then for the rug situation, maybe we can go with this one. I will squeeze in there. Yes, I will squeeze in there. Oh, and now for the curtains. What am I going to do about the curtains? Oh, I mean, Enchanted by Nature has these ones, but I feel like that's a bit too much. What about these ones? If you just size them down. You know what? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my tool mod. That could indeed work. That works. And I am so happy. Whoa. That could have been a disaster. But okay, that was the dining room. And now for this little area over here, that was going to be the living room. Our beautiful living room, people. Can we squeeze in the couch? That is my question for today. Can we squeeze in a couch? I mean, we can. It's not going to be a very comfortable living room, but we can. And we could even put up a shelf over there with some more little knickety knacks and some even more knickety knacks on that tiny little shelf. Cute. Question mark with the with this one. Oh, could be a vibe. Really could be something. If you just put up a picture collage wall over there, maybe squeezing a teeny tiny one right there, and that one. Yeah. Oh, it's so difficult to make picture collages because I feel like I'm playing Tetris here in the dark. But I think that's good for now. You got no entertainment, but you can read your books as you go. What are we gonna do for the entrance movement? I mean, I would like to squeeze a bookshelf in there, but can we squeeze a bookshelf in there? What if I get in this one? Squeeze it right in there. It's a bit crowded, but I've already decided that this spellcaster is a bit of a hoarder, and they need their books. All right, so there you go. Then we can also have a welcome mat and like a clothing rack over there. Can we squeeze that in? Sure, we can squeeze that in with some mail stuff. Oh, and of course, hello, a broom. Boom. That was indeed so beautiful by me. You have no idea. Yes, that was a snazzy old entrance moment. And what do we have left? The bathroom. That's right. And for the bathroom, oh, that's right. Realm of Magic came with this bathroom stuff. Okay, you know what I want to do? I want to have the bathroom set in this color because I have always wanted to use that color, but it has just never ever worked out. Ever. So today I'm going to be brave and have that color in my build. And what type of wallpaper will work with this? Oh no, I'm kind of nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous. This one? No. This one. I think it's that one. Doesn't really match with the rest of the house. So we are gonna have that today because I really want to use that color. I've been dreaming of this moment. And I know it doesn't really fit in, but I want that. Today is Nora's day. And let's see. Right here we can have a towel with another shelf right on there with also some more potions. And we're also gonna have some toilet paper and the medicine cabinet with another curtain. And this time I'm gonna have that curtain just because I felt like it. Beautiful bathroom. Couldn't squeeze in the rug, but they can just magic that away. The water pool. Beautiful. First floor done. We're gonna move on to the second floor. And there's a lot of windows up here. I see. But okay, for the bed, I mean, the obvious choice would be to use this one. But I think that is a bit too much for a tiny house. Maybe we can use that one. That is also magical. Ooh, and I think we're gonna have the bed over here. So we can squeeze in the desk over there and move the window over there. Sure, good enough. And oh, that's a cool color. And then we can have these ones for the nighttime tables. And what rug would fit for that bed? Maybe this one? Yeah? Question mark? I'm gonna see about that. Maybe it will fit, maybe not. But on the nighttime tables, need some lights. And I'm actually gonna use these ones because when else am I gonna use them, you know? Oh, and can we fit any knickety knacks on that? Wait, hold on, because it doesn't really work if we do this. That's gonna look weird. It has to be in the middle. Ooh. Well, what if we squeeze in a magic bean and a crystal? cool. And also squeezing the book. You know, okay, this couple, this spellcaster couple, they bought the night tables, they bought the lights, and they were like all set. And then later on, they were like, shoot, this lamp takes up all the space. And now they just gotta live with that decision that they took. And they are regretting it. But the other person is gonna have a picture frame with a little crystal in it. They can't go to bed without their crystals, alright? Oh, mwah. That is actually kind of funny. Alright, what more can we have in this room? I mean, over here we were gonna have a desk, weren't we? So we're gonna put in that spellcaster desk with the matching chair. And then on that, they deserve a computer, don't they? So we're gonna get the typewriter. And then also just some more knickety-knacks on there. Cool, cool, cool. We got some books, got some crystals. New. Okay, beautiful. What more do we need? We need some books. Even more books. We can maybe put up a book stack over here. Oh, with a candle. Yes. And then we can have a stack of books in that corner. Some more book stacks on top of there. And some ancient tomes on the floor. And a secret diary. Oh, and some brooms. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta get me brooms. Yes, we can have one broom over there. And then another one right over there. I think that would be neat and nice. And what more can we have? What more is magical? Oh, these ones. The orbs. We need to put that in there. So we can put up 2 shelves over there. And then just display our beautiful orbs. And that was truly magical. And then speaking about magical stuff, we also need our wands. We're gonna have some wand boxes on this table. Squeeze it right in there. And then we're gonna put our wands in there. What do we want? This one. Classic. And what about this one? Yeah, okay. Then, a dresser. We need a dresser. Those poor people. And we can get this one. That's squeezed right in. Then we need to find some good old knickety knacks for that. So we could perhaps put up this one. Apothecary study set. A little ghostly ghoul. Some potions. And our good old wands. Come on, get on there. And you too. Get on there. Yes. And then also another orb. And some books. And that was a beautiful moment. Oh, look at that. Good old collection for these hoarders. And speaking about hoarders, we could have a plant, another plant, and some mushrooms. Because, you know, spellcasters, they love plants. Okay, they need it for the cauldron. They love them plants. They love nature. They love the crystals. Good. What else can we have? Oh, maybe a shelf displaying the crystals. Since we were just speaking about crystals, you know, we need a shelf with crystals. We can have an emerald and some other crystals. Yes. What a magical shelf. Ooh. And then our curtains. Of course. Gotta put up my curtains. I will see you when I've done that. Because we have a lot of windows. And good. I have put up the curtains. I've decided that this window is special. Gotta get its own curtain, you know. There's some other curtains over here. Beautiful curtain moments. I mean, that looks kind of strange, doesn't it? But they are the witches, the spellcasters. They're okay with it. Good. That was the house. Tiny house number 1. Here's the second floor. All done up. And here's the first floor. All done up as well. Hey ho, look at it go. And also the bathroom. Beautiful bathroom. And then we have the outside too. Whoa. The backyard. A crystal formation. And the front yard. Wow. Only took me a couple of hours. And now we are gonna move to this house right here. And I hope I get some mermaids, or else I'm gonna cry. What if we get mermaids for this one? I want my mermaids. I want my pool. And I want it now. Alright, so without further ado, let's spin for the second house. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh my god. Oh! I got mermaids! Are you kidding me? Are you actually joking? I got mermaids! I am so happy. I've never been this happy before in my entire life. Holy moly, that was perfect. Good. Oh, all right. Beautiful. We're gonna make a mermaid house. I need to go to the bathroom now. Out of pure excitement. So, okay. What am I thinking, actually? What am I thinking? I mean, we want a pool, and I want a mermaid to live underground, and not in this house. Because a mermaid would not live above ground, they would live underground. They're cave people, and I have decided that. But what is my plan, actually? That I'm very unsure about. And we gotta remember that the front yard can only be 3 tiles, and then also the backyard is 4 tiles. There is no exceptions to that. There should go. And then what else are we gonna do? Maybe, actually, what if we remove the walls for this part, and then just put in some columns, because this is not going to be their house. This is just for decoration, you know? Their house is going to be underground. So what if we have a column moment and then put in the pool right there? Maybe. What am I thinking right now? Okay, maybe the pool can be like so, but we also need the mermaid's house. All right, so it has to be like that. That's going to be a small pool, but I will take it. These are the tiny houses, all right? Boom, shamalam. Then I think we're just going to have a ladder down there, just so the staircase doesn't take up all the space, you know? And then for the rest of this godforsaken house, just going to put some more columns, and let's see where we go from there, you know? Let's see. Because I have just figured out that I have no plans at all. Why did I wish for this mermaid house so much? I don't know. I did not plan for this, actually. Okay, you know what? You know what we could go for? Sort of like a Greek-inspired ruins-ish style. Or maybe see what other people have done. What about the little mermaid house? Well, okay, we're not going to do that because, ooh. What about a normal mermaid house? I mean, it's not really the vibe that I'm after. A mermaid house hotel? What? Okay, you know what? We're going to go with my choice. And my choice was an old Greekish ruins. And we're going to go light on the Greek inspiration. So yeah, for the roof, what if we do that? Hold on. With some of this shebang shaboo. Okay, what if we put in a gable roof in front of here? Will that make things better? Make it into a funky shape, maybe? Will that make things better? I mean, it kind of did. Very much interesting, people. I am really in a pickle right now. What about the pool trims? Oh, that is cool. I'm liking that. That made things a lot better, didn't it? Then we could also pet it up with some stone flooring. Yeah, I mean, it's getting somewhere. That's all I have to say. It's getting somewhere. And this might be my worst build yet. I'm regretting everything. But alright, I think we're just gonna try to put up some details on this house. Because maybe that will save it. Or else I am just gonna cry. But alright, for the details for this house, I have gotten some shells off the gallery. Because you can't find them in the debug section for some unknowable reason. But alright, I had an idea, and that idea was to take this shell right here, rotate it 90 degrees, and size it up a bunch of times, even more. And then what if we take this shell and put it on the roof, just sorta like that? Isn't that magical, people? And then we can have the other shell right there. How about that? I mean, that looks absolutely ridiculous. What else can we do? I mean, we have this one. Can we do something funky with that? How about if I put it back there? Raise it up a little bit. Sure, that can be an idea because now it looks like something is supporting it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And we can also have one right there for some unknowable reason. Whoa! What else can we do? Maybe we could have something on the sides right here because now the edges look pretty empty and sad. We could have a fence, but I've already put up a fence. And I want it to be a little bit spiky, a little bit shell-like, a little bit mermaid-like. Oh, what about these ones? Can we just plop them on there in a formation? Maybe that will look good. Maybe. Hold on, I'm gonna try that out right now. My spiky rocks around this whole thing. And hopefully that will be looking good. Hopefully. And did that look good? Did it look good? Sure. It looked very, very good. What else can we do? Oh, what is that? That kind of looks like DNA. Oh, they're flowers. Ooh. Ooh. That works perfectly. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe we can have that some places. Just around the columns. Hey, that could be a vibe, people. Oh, I'm so happy. That livened up the place, didn't it? I think it really did. Oh my gosh. Right, what... What else can we put in there? We need something in this room that is not going to be part of the house. It's just decoration. All right. But what can we put in there? This isn't Hobbies. You have some statues. You have this lady. And put that in there. Oh, and we also have the little mermaid statue. That is actually a mermaid. Maybe we can have that up front, maybe. Because it's going to ruin the vibe if we have it in here. Because it doesn't match with the stone. I'm going to think about that. But we are going to have this lady in the middle. And then around her, we're going to have some fish. Some fish fountains. All in the formation. And then maybe also this glowing orb. Oh, beautiful. Stunning. And then right here, we can have this fountain. And also this random bench. Oh, yay. And then for a little mermaid statue over here. I do want to put her in, but where? Maybe we can have her in front of here. Make a cool old moment. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Please say that Island Living has something that we can put in around her. Okay, they got some coral reefs. Oh, that might work if you do like so. And then put in some other plants as well. Maybe some of this. And then also a shining orb. And plate coral. And some more plate corals over there. And also some thistles because it kind of looks like corals. This blue one as well. That looks like a sea plant. Then also another shining orb. And a conch. And this poor old starfish over there. Whoa! And I mean, hey ho, that is a cool old moment. I'm proud of that. Happy with that. A little mermaid in her sanctuary. And then on to our next problem. How are we gonna make this more ruined-like? Good question, people. What about Get Together? They have something like that, don't they? Yes, they do. All right. So what if we put up some teeny tiny ones over there? Encapsulate it all in. And then we can have a broken old column up front. With a teeny tiny staircase that leads to nowhere. And then another column. And just some more broken down stuff. Perhaps another column. And another starfish. I mean, you know what? That made it a lot better, didn't it? That good old broken down ruined stuff. Kinda got some vibes to it, doesn't it? Yeah. And now we just gotta pop in some more flowers in there. Some more coral reef inspired plants. Because Island Living, disappointingly, they do not have that much coral reef plants. So I gotta be creative here. Yeah, I'm putting them up now. And I'm probably done now. Good times. And the plants are up, people. Look at them. Oh, that's kinda cute. Got my corals in. Got my lily pads everywhere. Beautiful planting. Oh, that is so cute, actually. I'm liking that. It could have been a lot worse, you guys. It could have been so much worse. All right, it could. And now we gotta put up our mail bin. Our mail bin. Our trash bin and mailbox. And what would a mermaid have? What would a mermaid have? This one? No. I mean, I feel actually this one. That mermaidy color. I know that we already got one, but it is perfect, isn't it? What about the trash bin? That one. Sure, we can have that one. Because it got that funky shape, you know, I don't know. We're gonna have that one. Boom. And now I just gotta put in some terrain paint. Not like that though. Like so. And then we're on our way to the bottom floor. Boom, bam, bam. To the bottom floor we go. And for the bottom floor, we have this pool. And I want this pool to be filled with coral reefs, some plantain, and some fish. And that's the truth. And what am I gonna do about the fish? Oh, we're gonna put in some aquariums, like so. I'm gonna make them teeny tiny. And we're gonna hide up these aquariums with the corals and stuff. Don't you worry, we're not gonna see them. But with these aquariums, in live mode, you can put fish in them. And they will swim around like nothing has happened, you know? But that shenanigan I will do later on because I have to go into live mode and catch the fish and all that shebang. Shebang. So I'm gonna wait with that. But we are gonna put in our sand flooring. And also all of our coral reefs and plants and whatnot is going in there. And we only have a one tile space. So what a hoot and half that's going to be to figure out. Oh yeah. And maybe this will be a disaster, maybe not. I mean, it's probably going to be a disaster, but we've already come this far. Okay, we're going to put up our plants. What am I yapping about now? I don't know. But I am putting up our plants though, that's for sure. And look at that, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? A little coral reef movement. Can I get a first person view of this? Wow! Look at them go. Do not look at the walls. No, look at them. Look at my reefs. Wow! This is exciting. But yeah, here's my beautiful moment. Happy about that. And it will be even more beautiful when we put in the fish. All right, it will. But anyways, we need to do the layout of this place. And what are we going to do? Interesting. I mean, I think we need to close off this room because otherwise the lighting is going to be weird. So there you go. And maybe this over here can be the bathroom. Then we have the bedroom and the kitchen, living dining room. A plan and a half maybe? Maybe. And actually, first of all, I am going to make these lights blue. So it looks like it's under the sea. That will hide up a lot of our mistakes. I mean, come on, it looks wonderful already. And then maybe we can put in some stone wallpaper because I want this place to look like it's a cave underground. So what about something like this? Maybe it's a little bit more green than blue, but I will take that. And then for the windows, what are we going to do for the windows? I mean, we could go for an all window house, but that's not cave-like. So what can we do instead? Maybe werewolves. Oh, what about these windows? Kind of cave-like? Kind of maybe liking that. Yeah. Well, all right. I have put in some lights. I put in the jellyfish lamp and also these wall lamps that kind of looks like shells. Not really, but we shall pretend. And now I think we're going to start with the kitchen again. And oh, yikes me. Hold on. That is going to be a small kitchen because we need a dining table and then also a movement over there. So the kitchen needs to be that small. I see how it is. Great, mates. Oh, let's put in our fridge. And what would a mermaid have for a fridge? Ooh, maybe this one. Do they have that in blue? Ooh, kind of a mintish blue. Very, very mermaid. What about the matching stove? Can we squeeze that in? I mean, I feel like that's a bit too much, isn't it? When it's a teeny tiny kitchen, I think maybe that's too much. We can maybe go for this one. It sort of has a mermaid vibe to it, even though it doesn't at all. But you know, The Sims doesn't have that much mermaidy stuff, so this whole build is gonna be pretty disappointing. But we got some fish food. Mermaids love the fish food, and then we can have a conch and some mermaid kelp. Beautiful. And then a fish ball on the fridge. With some more ridiculous shells. Oh, okay, yeah, that we're gonna do. Now for the dining table. Oh, wait, we have those shell chairs, don't we? Oh, but they're a leaning chair. But that would have been perfect, wouldn't it? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get these chairs, size them down, problem fixed. I just need to do the basement trick, but not now. Beautiful. And then on our table, we can have a mermaid urn. Don't ask questions. Don't ask them questions. Never ever. What about the living room situation? We need a couch. Oh, and you know what? A mermaid would not have a normal couch. No. They would have the lounging couch. I shall say. I can't say that. Boom. I wish it was a little less modern, but those squares reminds me of the mermaid scales. Not really, but today we're gonna pretend. And also these mushrooms that we're gonna have. And we're gonna have some island living necklaces on there that the mermaid found underneath the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Am I gonna get copyrighted? Probably. Do we have any more mermaid stuff? Oh my gosh. Is this new? I haven't seen that before. But that is cute. We need a crib. Come on. I mean, that is adorable. We're gonna have that. We're gonna squeeze that in there. With also some jellyfish art on the wall. Oh, beautiful. And also for the piece of resistance, a fish poster. Yes. Mwah. And then for the bedroom, what are we gonna do in there? I mean, we need a single bed because look at the space. Ooh, all right. What would a mermaid have? Ooh, maybe this one. They have. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm a woman of many words, they say. You know what, for real? I got the mermaid vibes. We are gonna go for that bed. And then, of course, we are gonna pair that up with this one. I don't know why that's giving mermaid vibes, but it is. And then for the nighttime table, we can go with this one. It kind of has that vibe. And what are we gonna have for the nighttime lamp? Very interesting. I'm not really sure, actually. But, what about this one? Yeah, with also some random shells on it. I mean, yeah, okay. Oh, and then on the wall, hey, some other plate puddles. Yes, I'm lacking for options here. Do you joy? And then for the closet situation, this one? Sure. Head it up with a random mall chest. What is it called? Mermaids Love Treasure Chest. Beautiful name. And one more starfish. A true beauty. Alright, now for the bathroom. What are we gonna do in here? Mermaid. I mean, I do kind of want to go for this stuff again. Yes, hear me out. Those details right there kind of reminds me of a scallop shell. Even though it is a, one of them birds, the peacocks. I feel like we're gonna have that. Okay, today we are. Then also match it up with the toilet and the bathtub. What screams mermaid? That one. Not really, but we're gonna have that one. It would have been cool with this one though, but we don't have space for that. Sadly not. But alright, on the toilet, we're gonna have some candles. Do not ask about the logistics behind that, since we are technically underwater. We have some candles. Do not ask about that. No. But we're also gonna have some toilet paper and some shells. Just around the whole floor. For some reason, we're gonna have that. Oh, this is a true disaster. And you guessed it, people, we're also gonna have some shells in the bathtub because this mermaid has been collecting them. Okay. And then we're also gonna have a shower caddy over there. They gotta take care of the skin and the scales. Or skin scales. Oh, that is perfect actually, because look at that. That is a shell shape on the towel holders. Perfect. And a good old bath mat. Boom, boom. And yes, if you're wondering, I put up those doors because I saw that door and I thought, mermaids. And that's it. That's the whole truth. And you know what? That was the mermaid tiny house. Not really happy with it, but kind of happy. Because it's so difficult with the mermaids in Sims. They did them dirty. They really did. But never mind that. We are actually done with this tiny house. Both the outside and the beautiful inside. Or underground. Yeah. Are two beautiful tiny houses. And you know what? The rest we are gonna do in part 2. Because I've used a lot of time on this. I need to go to bed. But this is how it's looking so far. Jolly all good times. I don't know what it's time for right now. Oh, it's time for a house tour. So strap yourself in because the house tour is happening now. And our house tour journey will start with the Spellcaster house. It is the outside with the plant ending moment, the rock moment, the front yard, and also the back of the house with more of the plant ending rock moment. And our backyard. Teeny tiny backyard. Oh, and our broom for emergencies. That's our emergency broom. But let's step on inside. What shall we find? We shall find our tiny house. With our entrance moment. Hey. And our living room. That is a beautiful living room. Oh my. And then we also got our kitchen. Do not look at the window. Do not look at it. We got our kitchen over here. And our frog is floating up in the air. It's a magical frog. And then we got our dining nook. And this random nook. And also the bathroom. The teeny tiny bathroom. Wow. Let's move on upstairs to our second floor. AKA the bedroom. And here is the bedroom. We got our sweet old bed movement over here. With the annoying lamps. And the dresser corner, the office corner. Oh, it's not a corner, actually. The office wall, I don't know, with our orbs and our wands. You my. It's a cute old house. And I do love that I said that they were hoarders, but they only got this teeny tiny dresser. But don't mind that. Do not ask questions. We're gonna move on to the second house. And this is the second house. Wow. I mean, that is kind of magical, isn't it? With the shells on the roof. And also a little mermaid statue moment over here. Looking cute. Looking cute. And then we got this side of the house. It's a beautiful side. And where am I? Oh, here. And then also the back of the house. With our good old ruins and the lily pads. And then you know, we also got a fountain in here. And on this floor, we got our statue woman. Lighting up the world with her fish. And she also got some tattoos. I've never seen that before. What? I did not know that, but you're cool, girl. Bye. You're gonna go down here. Down the ladder. And whoa! Look at our house, people. This looks kind of cool, doesn't it? I like this. Got a dining table. Got a crib. We got some mermaids. We got our living room. And we got our kitchen. Got a fish poster. And in here is a lovely bedroom. Lovely. This is awful. We also got a bathroom. That was kind of snazzy though. I like the bathroom. That is a good old bathroom. Oh, and then for our fish moment. Okay, hold on. Okay. I need to go into live mode, get our fish in the tanks, and create the moments. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do that right now. Well, okie dokie do, I have put in the fish. And look at this. It is misting away the bubbles, the water fountain, spouting water everywhere. And the fish on top too. So much water. Okay. Oh, that is a misty magical moment, isn't it? But all right, now for the fish. I put in all the fish, as I just said. And look at them go. That is actually really cute. Let me get Lavender around here. Look at my fish. Just all swimming around. Hello, how you doing? Look at them swimming around there. Oh my. That is beautiful. How does it look from the window? Cute. What about this window? Oh, beautiful. You know what? I'm liking this. This is a cute swallow moment. And I'm here for it. Truly. Oof. But it's time to be alive. And now it is time for the outro. And here is the outro, people. Boom, boom. And if you for some reason want to download this house, you can't right now because we have to wait for part 2. And then you can download the house, I think. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe because it really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.